Imagine struggling to decide between your career and caring for your child. That's the harsh reality facing many families today, and it was the driving force behind a recent decision in Orleans, Massachusetts. But here's where it gets controversial: is this enough, and is it fair? The Orleans Select Board meeting on December 3 wasn't just another town hall, it was a turning point for young families. Amidst the sounds of children, a mix of happy chatter and occasional cries, the board unanimously approved a significant expansion of the town's childcare grant program. This decision wasn't made in a vacuum, it came after heartfelt pleas from parents struggling under the immense financial burden of childcare. Four parents bravely shared their stories during the public comment period, highlighting the impossible choices they face daily. Ashley Bilodeau, mother to 1-year-old Isla, revealed that she and her husband, Nils Berg, spend a staggering $1,443 per month for a childcare program that only covers 3 days a week, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This expense forces her to constantly weigh mothering or providing, a gut-wrenching decision for any parent. Bilodeau owns All Points Beautiful, a boutique in Chatham, and the cost of childcare directly impacts her ability to grow her business. Christina Lee, mother of 2-year-old Miles, echoed this sentiment. She and her husband shell out $960 each month for just 12 hours of weekly childcare. Even with our advanced degrees and professional careers, we are pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, trying to make ends meet, confessed Lee, a physical therapist in Chatham. She dreams of expanding her own business and having another child, but the financial strain of childcare makes those dreams feel unattainable. And this is the part most people miss: it's not just about current expenses, but also future opportunities forfeited. Bremner Smith, a therapist, took a drastic step, switching to part-time work. He explained that it was more financially sensible for him to stay home with his 2-year-old daughter, Cedar, than to work and pay for childcare. Before making this change, Smith was paying over $1,900 a month for just 3 days of care. Think about that, the cost of working exceeded his earnings after factoring in childcare. Alexandra Fitch, Orleans Health and Human Services Director, presented data illustrating the program's impact. Since fiscal year 2023, an average of 33 children have benefited from the town's early education grants. Based on recent birth rates, Fitch estimates that there are currently 54 children aged 5 or younger residing in Orleans. Responding to the urgency of the situation, the board rearranged their agenda to prioritize the early education grant discussion. They then voted to expand the program, making all children from 0 to 4 years old eligible for a $7,000 grant from the town to help offset childcare costs throughout the year. This marked a significant shift from the previous program, which offered $10,000 for 4-year-olds and $5,000 for 3-year-olds, but only during the school year. Orleans Select Board Chair Kevin Galligan described the expansion as one of his best experiences of serving our community, particularly with so many young families present. But here's where it gets controversial. Massachusetts is notorious for its exorbitant childcare costs, consistently ranking as the most expensive state in the nation. Fitch informed the board that families in Massachusetts spend an average of $26,000 annually for infant care and $18,000 for 4-year-old care. While the $7,000 grant is undoubtedly helpful, it only covers a fraction of the total cost. Is this truly addressing the problem, or just putting a band-aid on a gaping wound? Unfortunately, the celebration was tempered by a harsh financial reality. Assistant Town Manager Mark Reel pointed out that only $45,000 in uncommitted funds remained available until the new fiscal year in July. This amount would only cover approximately 6 families. Following a discussion, the Select Board decided to allocate the remaining funds on a first-come, first-served basis. This decision sparked concern among parents. Ashley Bilodeau expressed a little bit of doom feeling after the initial excitement faded. She had hoped for a more equitable distribution of funds, allowing everyone to receive a little something. Christina Lee, who submitted her application 6 days after the meeting, admitted to anxiously refreshing email every hour, wondering if she had missed the deadline. Amanda Smith, whose husband is currently caring for their daughter, received positive news. They applied immediately after the meeting and were informed the following Monday that they would receive a $7,000 grant, enough to cover Cedar's childcare expenses for the remainder of the school year. On December 15, Fitch announced that the town was no longer accepting applications for the program. While she couldn't confirm if all $45,000 had been allocated, she assured that all applicants would be contacted. Fitch also expressed hope that the fiscal year 2027 budget would fully fund the program for all eligible families, emphasizing that the budget process was underway. The financial assistance, however, is only part of the equation. The Lower and Outer Cape are facing a severe shortage of childcare providers, with nearly all facilities operating with wait lists. Orleans itself has only 2 childcare providers, neither of which offers infant care. Amanda Smith recounted her struggles finding care after moving back to the Cape. She contacted at least 6 providers in and around Orleans, all of whom either had wait lists or didn't offer infant care. She eventually secured a spot at the family school in Brewster, but found the cost prohibitively expensive. A similar level of care in Missouri cost significantly less. Melissa Galazzi, president of the family school, acknowledged the financial burden on families. "I am painfully aware of how much I have to charge families," she said. "Without the town support, my rates are unaffordable, not because I'm making so much money but because the expenses are so high." A May 2025 analysis by Axios revealed that childcare costs in the U.S. have outpaced inflation. Rising liability insurance rates are a major contributing factor. Galazzi noted that her school's insurance costs have been steadily increasing. Hannah Schneider, co-director of the Learning Garden Preschool in Orleans, echoed this concern, stating that insurance rates have become almost prohibitive. She estimated that, if not 95% of the 46 families at the Learning Garden Preschool rely on town grants. "I am thrilled that the tuition is subsidized by towns," said Galazzi. "But," she added, "I think it creates some real inequalities among families." She pointed to the varying levels of support offered by different towns as an example. While Orleans now offers $7,000 for children aged 0 to 4, Brewster only provides $3,000 grants for 3 and 4-year-olds. All 4 Outer Cape towns offer some form of childcare support. Eastham provides $10,000 grants for 4-year-olds and up to $5,000 for younger children. Wellfleet offers $7,000 per child per fiscal year, but this is subject to change based on financial constraints. Truro offers $7,500 per year for children from birth to 4. Provincetown takes a different approach, offering a free child care program for children from 8 weeks old through preschool, available to all year-round families, employees of the Provincetown schools, and town employees. This raises the question, is a universal program the ultimate solution? So, what do you think? Is Orleans' expanded grant program a step in the right direction, or does it fall short of addressing the underlying issues of affordability and access? Is a first-come, first-served approach fair, or does it create further inequalities? And should other towns follow Provincetown's lead and offer universal, free child care? Share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below.